Visit us in person at one of our 4 locations. Jumpstart your career today with Speedy's Transmission and Total Car Care.
The News 12 app. This is the place for local news.
Tonight on Prime News at 7, foster care instability in Tennessee. We'll take a closer look at the problem and a possible solution.
And MSG might not be as unhealthy as originally thought. In tonight's Health Watch, we'll meet 2 chefs who are bringing back the ingredient.
You're watching Prime News at 7. This is the place for the Tennessee Valley's only live local news at 7.
Hey, good evening, everybody. I'm Andrew Harrison.
I'm Emily Casulo. Welcome to Prime News at 7.
Transportation Security Administration stopped a record number of guns at airport security checkpoints last year.
The federal agency reports airline passengers tried to bring more than 6,500 guns onto planes in their carry-on luggage. Elise Preston has the details.
Look at this gun stuffed into a raw chicken, or these smuggled firearm parts pulled from jars of peanut butter. In 2022, Transportation Security Administration officers found 6,542 firearms carried by airport passengers, the most the agency has ever seen. Rick Coates is a frequent traveler and says he still feels safe.
I'd rather hear that than hear that 6,500 weren't found. We just need to better educate people not to do stupid things.
In fact, the #1 reason passengers gave for having a gun was "I forgot," according to former TSA Administrator John Pistol.
Well, that's pretty lame in my opinion, because the #1 rule of gun safety is know where your weapon is.
According to a new report from the TSA, an alarming 88% of the firearms were loaded, with airports in Atlanta, Dallas, Houston, Nashville, and Phoenix leading the nation in the number of weapons seized. Pistol credits the increased number of CT scanners now in use.
It's like a X-ray on steroids. It literally allows the officer to manipulate the screen so they're seeing the object, the carry-on bag, from different angles and in 3-dimensional.
The jump in guns stopped during screenings comes as the TSA increased the fine for weapon violations to nearly $15,000.
Passengers caught with a weapon also lose pre-check eligibility for up to 5 years. They can face additional state and local fines, and in some airports, local authorities will make an immediate arrest.
Dalton police have made another arrest in a homicide from March of last year. They say they're charging 21-year-old Kyera Benton with murder and aggravated assault. 62-year-old Kenneth Townsend was killed in the shooting at his apartment. Police already arrested Gabriel Adams back in April after they say he pulled the trigger. According to investigators, Benton was with Adams during the shooting. A former church and school leader in our area faces molestation charges in central Georgia. Dustin Spillers from Mudawa was arrested in Hamilton County. He faces child molestation and sexual battery charges in LaGrange, Georgia. Spillers resigned as president of the PTA at Wolf Deaver Creek Elementary over the holidays. The principal stressed that these allegations, quote, have no known connection to our school or to his former role as PTA president. Spillers previously served as a volunteer youth minister at Alba's House. He left there in 2015. Spillers was never a paid staff member at Alba's House.
Well, a local woman's facing charges after a pedestrian was hit by a car last night. This happened at the intersection of 20th and Market Streets. A 16-year-old was struck and suffered a broken bone. Police say the driver took off, but 20-year-old Anasia McKeldin turned herself in a few hours later. She faces charges of leaving the scene of an accident, driving without proof of insurance, and driving without a valid driver's license. New report shows that Tennessee ranks highest in the nation for foster care instability. Tennessee Commission on Children and Youth defines instability as 3 or more placements for a foster youth in their first year in the system. News 12's Allie Schrinker takes a closer look into how the Scenic City supports its foster youth.
The Department of Children's Services is systemically and is seeing skyrocketing caseloads, according to a new report.
Once you know about how many children there are sleeping on conference room floors, you have to do something about it. And once you know, you have to act.
Rachel Carroll works with the Chambliss Center, helping foster children. There are currently around 7,000 children in Tennessee's foster care system and just over 2,000 case managers. Tennessee has had the highest rate of foster care instability since 2016, according to a report released last week by the Tennessee Commission on Children and Youth. However, Chambliss Center for Children and Isaiah 117 House are partnering up to bring love and stability to our local foster youth. Together, the two organizations aim to reduce the trauma for children as they enter, navigate, and transition out of the foster care system.
Right now, what we really need, across the state and not necessarily just in Hamilton County, is people to step up for foster care, to take in children, to take in sibling groups, teenagers, and be that responsible family and that responsible, loving home that they need so that they can continue to grow and develop.
Although Tennessee's foster care system is in need of systemic reform, these two organizations give Chattanooga families a bit of hope. Allie Schrinker, News 12.